Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming today to our True Audio channel. We have a great video for you today all about the F8n Pro. This is a new recorder. You've probably heard about the F8n before. Well, this is the new F8n Pro. And I've got a great announcement for you. This thing just got announced, I don't know, maybe about an hour ago. Well, I got Watson Wu from the commercial, which we're going to show you right now, and then bring him in to talk. So let's take a look at the commercial. We'll be right back.
A long time ago, I was writing music for a game, and it was the client asked me, can you also do sound effects? I said, well, let me give it a shot. So I would go and record my own preferred way of performing these sounds. And because of that, I learned that you could do a lot more with unique sounds and to design then from those files. If you're looking at a shot of a car and you've seen the front of the car, what are you going to hear? Well, you're going to hear hopefully just the engine. And then later on, the shot is the car driving away. And you see the back of the cars. Well, naturally, we want to hear the exhaust sound. So instead of doing all those one at a time, I want to put all those mics and route it to a multi-track recorder. When you do that much, it's hard to adjust and to make it valuable. 32-bit helps. It makes my work so much easier and not have to worry about micromanaging each of the levels. So that's the beauty of the new F8n Pro. I can hit record and be outside and not worry about the onboard sounds as I jump out with a different setup recorder and microphones and capture the external perspectives from the bystander's point of view as the car's passing me, speeding by me, doing burnouts by me. So that full control is very creative and very demanding, but very rewarding at the end. I am Watson Wu. I am a sound designer and I am a creator.
Absolutely amazing. And without further ado, Watson Wu, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I want to say awesome. That was an incredible commercial. You guys did an amazing job. Zoom always does a great job with their commercials, but this one was killer. The sound effects were absolutely punchy. You clearly recorded them. They sounded great. If anyone doesn't know, Watson Wu is a full-time sound designer that goes out and records sound effects for movies and video games. That's one of your specialties. Like, I don't know, this little game called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know. Has anybody heard of that one? I'm not sure. Have you? Have you? You know, great work, sir. I love your games. I love the sounds. An incredible commercial. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So today we're here to talk a little bit about the Zoom F8n Pro, which obviously just got announced literally about an hour ago. And you're probably one of the first people in the world to talk about it. So I was like, hey, I know this guy. Why don't I reach out and say hello? So, hello, what do you think about it?
I love it. I love it. I am a fan of many Zoom products. They're there to capture great sounds. They're reliable. And some of them are so small I can fit in certain places. But I just love this new product.
Now, obviously,
This is a
it's
beautiful product.
very similar to the F8n.
Mhm.
What makes it Pro?
The Pro, it's now 32-bit. So you can record very quiet to extremely loud sounds with this unit and not have to deal with the unwanted distortions. So I talk about wanted distortions versus unwanted. And so this gives me the ability to record great sounds without having to micromanage each of the levels. So I love this unit. I love how reliable it is. And look how small it is.
Yeah, it's
8 inputs.
definitely one of
Eight.
the smaller recorders that are on the market. Very small form factor. How many tracks does this guy have?
You could do 8 tracks and plus stereo, so that's 10 tracks. And so it's great. It's a great unit.
Perfect. And just like the other ones, it has like an F8 control app so you can control it from your phone and things like that as well.
Yes, yes, yeah. I've been using the F8 app, and it's got a great touch and fast response for me to control everything I want.
All right, so you know what? Let's talk about it a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit more about the workflow and how a recorder like this helps you do what you do on set. And if any more questions, come out about, specifications, we'll touch on those as we go. But, why is a recorder like this so beneficial to you in the field?
Well, I'm a kind of a guy, and sometimes I'm recording a small sports car. So with all the gear on you, with all the mics you see in the commercial, all the mics from the engine compartment, the cabin, and the exhaust, all those mics when the cable's routed to me, it's making everything very bulky. So this recorder in a bag. Um, so sometimes I need more space to have my gear, and so a small recorder is beneficial. It fits on me in a tight sports car, whereas bigger recorders they just can't. They can't accommodate what we need sometimes. So there are times I really need a small recorder to get all 8 inputs.
That's excellent. And I'm assuming on those different types of jobs like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there must be so many different types of guns and sound effects that you're recording. You're not just recording one or two tracks at a time. Like, what's the maximum track count you've ever had to record?
For that job, we did over 40 channels. So we
40.
had multiple 8-track recorders and microphones going as far as 650 feet away from us, wired. So if we had um, interesting echo sound of a gunshot down there, well, we put a mic down there. And then if we had one behind us, we put the mic way back there. We had mics and mic cables all over the place. So our job was to capture the way gunshot echoes off of the urban environment as well as indoors. So can you imagine having so many big 8-track recorders all over the place? But if we had more of these guys, we could have packed more and just make the job a lot easier.
Yeah, and one of the things that I was even thinking about when you're talking about that 40 tracks, all of the track names that you're having to deal with, if you're dealing with a recorder where you're having to go in and type those in manually, I'm assuming that that's the type of stuff that you can do from the app as well, right? Labeling tracks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The metadata, the specific microphones, you can get
Excellent.
down to that detail with your phone.
Excellent. And I'm assuming that it also has a reliable time code clock, so one of them can be the master and slave to all of the additional ones if need be, type of deal.
It does. It's very accurate, very reliable. I've done all day long sessions, and they kept going. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Watson, thank you so much for coming in today. To be honest, it's a pretty simple upgrade. They just made a great recorder even better by, adding the capability of 32-bit and,
Mhm.
maybe even made it look a little prettier too. I really do like the way this one looks.
I do
Um,
too. Again, they kept it consistent. They kept all the controls on the front.
mhm.
So you never have to, if it's in a bag, you never have to reach to the sides for any controls. And quite often when I'm recording being in Florida, I'm sweating a lot. So if I'm getting sweat on the screen, it's okay. Unlike a touchscreen, it's reliable. I could keep working and it won't disrupt any of the settings I'm doing. So I love this product. I love how reliable and now very affordable as a 32-bit recorder.
Love it, love it. Love the fact that it's reliable and the fact that it can stand up to the heat in Florida as
Hmm.
well, because you have a different type of heat than we do in California, that's for sure.
Oh,
I lived in
exactly.
Florida for 1 year and I was like,
Oh.
see ya.
Well, I've used this in the desert now, in the desert in Nevada, so it's similar to California.
Yep.
So it's done both. It's done humidity and it's done dry heat and cool weather too. So I really enjoy this product.
You know what? I tell you what, we're going to open up for one more question that I have. Why don't you talk to me a little bit more about the power situation for this? How does this thing power in a bag?
Well, inside is the same as the other products. It's 8 AA batteries.
Okay.
I like to use Ultimate Lithium because they last longer. Just so I have a peace of mind when I'm
Mm,
switching batteries. But I use the Audio Root external batteries with the Hiroshi.
hmm
So that's the main power. And then if it's indicating low on a long day, I could switch the battery off to another one and still keep recording because of the backup batteries in this compartment here.
Gotcha. So it's basically just a hot swap. You're taking it out. It's instantly switching. There's no problem to the file. It doesn't jolt the recording or anything like that. Keeps going seamlessly, right? And then you can just put in your new external battery
Exactly.
and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, good. Yeah, because
Yep.
we
Exactly.
definitely need to
Yeah.
have that
Yeah.
seamless capability.
Mhm.
And am I right that
Exactly.
you could also use this? I don't think you're using it right now, but can also be used as an interface for your computer as well.
Yes, you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done it multiple sessions without people knowing I'm using this new recorder before it's hitting the market, and it's done a great job as an interface and as a recorder.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for showing up today, telling us a little bit about the F8n Pro, Watson.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Guys, if you're interested in the F8n Pro, these are available at trueaudio.com. Give us a call. We'd be happy to help you out. Take care. This is Thomas from True Audio, and remember, we know what it's like out there. Take care.